You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
Hello, punters and dribblers. What's doing? Welcome back to the show. Home of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. You know the drill. That unqualified opinion and unwavering bias has rolled up some Poms, though, mate. Have you seen that? That fucking reel where you read out the tweet about the bloody, there's no English bowlers taking any wickets, basically, because everyone's from... You fucking pieces of shit. Where's fucking Usman Khawaja from? Where's Labuschagne? They're from Australia, mate. End of story.
End of story.
Sorry, dude.
They're Australian.
Don't look into it. They're Australian.
Hey, listen, what I did.
Calm down.
All I did was read out the statistics as they were presented to me, Tom. That's all I did. Read out the statistics as presented to me.
To lean on the grade cricketer for, the not the first time, information exchange. All you're doing is reporting the facts.
That's exactly right. Also, probably worth pointing out, just, in case people are, unsure, Cass has a South African accent. Labuschagne sounds like a bogan rather from the Central Coast. You know what I mean? Like that's...
But it's also, listen,
so
calm down. It's all a bit...
So you need to just... Everyone just needs to relax.
You just got to calm down, you stupid Poms.
Maybe if you could take a couple of wickets...
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't be so upset.
If you could take a few more wickets, maybe you could take a joke.
Also, Tom, worth pointing out, had we posted that video after a loss, I just don't think it would have had the same punch. But off the back of the worst loss in history...
In the history of Test cricket.
Off the back of the worst loss in the history of Test cricket, a loss that guarantees...
It'll echo through eternity.
That's right. It guarantees a couple of things as well, Tom. And this is just my opinion, for what it's worth. It guarantees 5-0.
Yep.
Pending rain.
Yep.
But otherwise...
we're the greatest pink ball nation in history.
Well, guarantees 5-0, pending rain.
13 from 14.
Well, guarantees 5-0.
Yep.
Pending rain.
Pending rain.
Well, we lost to the West Indies once. We weren't trying. We didn't care.
Well, of course we weren't trying. It was foot off the gas.
We're essentially 13 from 13. The 14th was let's prop up the once great nation of the West Indies. Yep. Well, nations, a collective of nations.
A collective of nations, but we speak of them as a collective, as just one nation, the West Indies.
Let's prop them up. They need some help. And that Joseph bloke ripped us apart.
Shamar Joseph.
Shamar, thank you. So we don't count that one, obviously. Obviously we don't. So it's 5-0. Also, what it does is guarantee that people like Joe Root will never win a test in Australia because he won't be back out here. It's too old and grey. No. So we can guarantee that. Yep. It guarantees that the Ashes remain with Australia for
like a 50th year.
And I think we go there in 2027. So at that point it will have been 12 years.
So yeah,
since 15 they won it. They won it last in 15. So it'll be 12 years.
They won it. Oh, we were over there.
12 years with the earn, and counting.
Hey, people don't even stay married for that long.
12 years.
You know what I mean?
12 years.
Well, like kids are in year 6. Humans have been born and now they're able to enter high school.
Mate, in the 1800s, once you were 12, you're off to work. You're getting married.
Yeah. You're getting married.
We're
not for it.
Oh, mate, I'm talking a long time ago.
Different times.
I'm talking a long time ago. Jesus Christ, you were putting food on the table at 12.
Well, you had to, mate.
If you go back,
because maybe your dad died in some sort of a fluke accident, or maybe you got the Black Plague.
Mate, your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, right? He was putting food on the table at 12. He was dead at 24, right? And he was old.
And that was old.
He was old.
That was a long, happy life.
They called him Methuselah in the village.
Yeah, he was 24.
Old Methuse. Geez, you're wise.
His frontal lobe hadn't even fully formed.
What wisdom can you impart? You must have seen everything. So... 12 years is a long time.
The average Australian marriage lasts about 13.
Sorry for being dialed in.
Sorry.
That's fucked, though.
That's crazy.
Australian male at marriage. So, are we still at 50% divorce rate?
I think that might be coming up a pinch.
As in getting worse?
Getting better. Don't know. I feel like I saw that somewhere.
Don't know. Listen.
You can't be sure.
Hey, you can't be sure. Anyway.
But listen.
It is slightly dropping.
Slightly dropping, okay. Don't be salty because you got towelled up.
Yeah. Well, you embarrass yourself.
Right.
You embarrass yourself. Now, can I...
Right.
Because, listen, we've come in here on our show and we have, amongst, a litany of other podcasts and shows out there, hung big dirty shits onto the chest of the English chest, right? We've done that.
Good dumping ground.
It's a great dumping ground. It's a serious dumping ground.
Nothing like dumping a big log onto the chest of the English.
Correct.
Australia's we've made a career of it, really.
Well, we have, but I don't think I've ever seen more feces dumped onto the English chest in one 5-day period.
Well, it's
ever.
been a 2-day period.
But I'm talking even post the test.
Of course.
The pile-on of feces,
Well,
even from their own country.
Even the English are dumping on their own chest, Tom.
Yeah.
That's how dire things have become.
It is.
I've really enjoyed, punters and dribblers, the change in my TikTok algorithm to now be feeding me really rolled up, pissed off poms.
Yes.
And I'm loving it.
Yes.
Loving it.
No, it's great.
Watching an Englishman dump on his own chest.
Or on the chest of a countryman. It is...
It's 2 girls, 1 cup stuff.
well, it is. 2 poms, 1 cup.
Correct.
2 poms, 1 chest, whatever. You get it. It's pooing onto oneself or onto the chest of another English person. But I do want to come in here and offer a bit of a hand across the toilet bowl, if you will, and sort of, I guess, let the English know that, because if you are to observe the way that the cricket team, helmed by the cult leader himself, Brendan McCullum,
And a cult leader he is.
well, he's one of the great cult leaders of the 21st century.
I'd include the 20th.
Well, so would I, actually. 20th, 21st century, maybe the last 150 years.
21st.
Yep. Well, actually, no, it's 150 to take you back into the 19th.
By 25 years it would, yeah.
Yeah, so, you get me.
19th, 20th, 21st.
Yep. Maybe even the 18th. All I'm saying is, helmed by the cult leader himself, and then Stokes, who is his lesser. He's a
lackey.
He's his lackey. Thank you. They don't look like they're going to change anything. They are full steam ahead, sir. Light the last boiler, right?
Well, the last 2 boilers.
The last 2 boilers. Thank you.
Lot of Bruce Ismay about Ben Stokes. I mean, not Ben Stokes, about McCullum. McCullum is Ismay.
Yes, and then the captain is Stokes.
Correct. Edward Smith.
Yes.
Who and the captain has to go down with the ship. That's what you got to remember.
Which is why he's out there.
Whereas McCullum, like Ismay, will get off onto a lifeboat and just live in exile.
Yes.
He'll be the guy that ruined English cricket.
Yes.
Who lives back in New Zealand and goes, huh?
I don't know what it was.
What do you mean? Huh?
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
listen, what I'm trying to say is, though, I can understand it. I've been listening to everything, as I think everyone has.
yes. Well, it's been
a gluttony.
It's been one of the great opportunities to glutton up Buttercup.
I think in history ever, for me, to think about, you don't get this much shit after Origin. You don't get this much after NRL Grand Finals, after Australia v India. You don't get it it's Australia v England in the Ashes, particularly when things are going bad. This is the most the most fertile and fruitful content time in my life.
Well, but it runs both ways. Even if you remember back to our first loss against India last year at Perth, mate.
No, yes, but I guess we don't read a lot of Indian media. So this
no, but
way
I would say though, all I mean is it doesn't matter who's winning or losing. I think in the Ashes, you'd either get the gloating Poms on one side and our media just going to town, and vice versa.
I think I think I'm less inclined to listen to the Pom media if they're gloating. But because they're all they're sad and they're furious, it's Australian media, we're all auto-fillating ourselves, as we should, with a hint of self-reflection, and then all they're doing is burning everything.
But I agree with you under a certain condition,
Okay.
right?
What's up?
I would find it impossible to listen to English gloating if it remained a constant. But it always ends in English misery. So it's perfect because they gloat and then the next day they're going,
no, that's a good point.
What the fuck
a good point.
happened? It's perfect. Day one, because I messaged you being geez, that was a tough listen this morning because I did the rounds after day one and I was in a bad way. But then to pair that with just the shell-shocked Pom the next day that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
They're all at sea, the English.
Well, they are, but it doesn't look like they're changing tact, right? If you listen to McCullum, you listen to Bruce Ismay, and if you listen to Edward Smith in Stokes, they don't look like they're changing tact. Ooh. They're sending 0 players to the pink ball.
3 fringies.
Exactly. So they're sending no one to the pink ball match in Canberra. They're going to the Sunshine Coast, I believe. They're playing a lot of golf, and they're just going to chill the fuck out. And they're like, "Oi, we're not changing our plans."
Good.
Well, good, but you could look from the outside and go, look at these arrogant bastards who refuse to listen to anyone or course correct or do anything. But I did hear, and it might have been Harmison of worst first ball in the history of Ashes fame saying this. I can't remember. Yeah. He was like, Australia has had the luxury of winning everything for the last however many years, and there's been no need to change anything. England have not been winning anything, and so Bazball has actually... so the fact that they haven't been winning everything has afforded them the luxury of going, let's try something novel and new and cultish. And it has had mixed results, but it's all been leading to this series. After all of the time spent building this absolute fucking absurd spider on your chair, just a little one. I'll get him.
Thanks, man.
After spending all this time, building this thing up, preparing for this series, it's like it kind of would also be insane to abandon it after one test. It's like if you look at every other time England come out here, they get fucking pumped regardless of what they're trying to do. Whether they're trying to play test cricket the real, honest and true way, as the 150 years of test cricket would suggest you should, they still get flogged, except for, what was it, 11? 12, 10, 11. So why wouldn't you just go, you know what? Fuck it. What do we have to lose?
I think what would be, if I could put myself into the shoes of the Englishman, which
is an uncomfortable shoe.
Well, it's wide feet. It's no arches, It's
flat.
It's flat feet.
Don't say wide. I got wide feet. Huge feet.
I meant flat.
Yeah, you meant flat.
Flat, dicky feet.
Yep.
Hard to walk. That's the Englishman's foot. If I was to place myself in their shoes, uncomfortable, Tom, because I've got arches.
Well, yeah.
Good, honest, and true. Proud Australian arches. That's right.
Yeah. The hallmark of the Australian, I know there's obviously a few of us out there, not me, but there are people out there with flat arches. There is a hallmark of the Australian, which is a proud, sturdy arch.
Oh, it's very Australian, Tom. Very Australian. I want everyone out there just to pat themselves on the arch and go, good on you.
Good on you. Good on you. Thanks for keeping me up. And if you're flat, get some orthotics quick because there's a bit of English about you.
Well, there's a lot.
Can you reverse the arch by wearing orthotics? Or is it like, I'm flat for life and...
I think you're flat for life.
Fuck. Tough, dude.
I don't think this is, I'm going to go out and get myself a set of double Ds and fix the flatness.
Well, but the same way like you could get an Invisalign to fix your teeth. I thought maybe the orthotic helps shape your
Listen,
your
I know there's been terrific advancements in the world of orthopedics, Tom, but I don't know for sure. Yeah. What I do know is that whilst you can say the English have been planning for this for, 5 years, 6 years, an assault on Australian soil, and why would you change it after one test? You've got to stick to the plan, otherwise you're showing weakness. I sort of understand that train of thought. What I would say is they've been bazballing for a while now, and the results have been mixed. They couldn't beat us at home. We won the first 2 tests in England, and I'm at pains to say it, but they should have won that series. They fucked that. They fucked it against India recently. Like, there is evidence in the biggest series to suggest that what they're doing isn't going to work. You could tweak it slightly. You could tweak it slightly. For example, right? This is getting pretty X's and O's for this show, punters and dribblers. Bear with me. For example, when you are 1 for 100, essentially, right? And you're coming out after lunch, just don't drive on the up. Just put that shot away for a bit. Just put the shot away just for a second, and then you can go back to your swashbuckling best. It's just small tiny little tweaks. You don't have to go out there and just cannon sixes all day. You could just pare it back just slightly and then go again. I think that's probably what's riling up the English more than anything, being like, this approach that you're doing couldn't even beat Australia at home. So how the fuck are you going to beat Australia in Australia doing that shit? Madness. Sheer madness.
Listen, I'm with you, but I can understand.
Just pare it back a pinch.
But if you're in a cult, right? If you are in a cult, like
It's all or nothing.
Hallmark. Can you just get like the definition of a cult up, please, Tobler? Because I mean, obviously we've been over this. It is a cult, but just to get the.
So it's a
dictionary.
relatively small group of people having beliefs or practices, especially relating to religion,
Cricket
It's
is a
religious.
religion.
It's the religion of baseball.
Yeah.
that are regarded by others as strange or sinister or as imposing excessive control over members.
I understand why they're doing it because it's a cult. I get that. What I'm saying is, if you're not in the cult and you're an outsider looking in, you're like, why wouldn't you just change it slightly?
Well, but also is it this, and now this is a big word. I don't know if this is correct, but I've heard it. Is there a hegemony of thought? Is hegemony a right word?
Jesus.
Dude, I see that word. I don't know what it means. But there is you're only allowed to have one thought in the English cricket team and one style of play.
So
and
it's hegemony is leadership or dominance, especially by one state or social group over
incorrect
others.
use of the word. There's only one way of being within the side.
There are signs of fragmenting.
You reckon?
I don't know if you saw this. Mark Wood wanted to drive from Perth to Brisbane just to get the fuck away from for a second.
saw
You know what
that.
I mean?
Can I drive?
Can I drive? That's like 44, 45, 48, 50 hours in the car.
Well,
He's
so
like,
yes,
get
yeah,
me
46 hours.
46 hours. Get me away from these blokes.
4.3 thousand Ks.
Have we got the quote? Why did he want to drive? He have his family with him?
I'm looking it up now.
Did he say that?
That's what he said. You get the quote up.
He was talking abroad, wasn't he?
So, Jesus, they talk about, sticking together. They talk about, we don't want to Canberra because we don't want to go to Canberra because we want to keep everyone together.
Yeah,
and Mark Wood wants to drive to Brisbane.
Everyone's like, oh, Mark Wood, how funny. He doesn't know how big Australia is.
No.
I think he does.
That don't insult Mark Wood. He knows exactly how far it is.
Yeah. He would prefer to drive across the Nullarbor
Yeah.
than
I think
Shit
also
without
he asked.
fucking
I think
side.
privately he asked if he could walk, just to add a few,
drag it out
a bit.
Brockman this thing.
Okay, we've just lost everyone. They would have just been this bloody cult-like narrative pushed down their throats at nauseam after the game. We changed nothing, and poor old Mark Wood's going, Jesus Christ, get me out of here.
Is there any way to guarantee that Mark Wood wouldn't have done you remember when the Olympics were on and a bunch of people from rogue nations just disappeared from the Olympic Village and we're like, I'm not going home, dude. Fuck that.
You think I'm going
Mark
home?
Wood drives through the central of Australia and then just you don't hear from him again. And he hasn't been Falconio'd.
No.
He's basically...
He hasn't been petered.
No, he's just basically... now he lives in a rural Australian
Hasn't been
town.
Wolf Creeked.
No, he hasn't been Wolf Creeked.
Although I wouldn't rule it out.
Well, listen, I would.
If I could drive across the country, I would, the 35-year-old told his former teammate Stuart Broad on the For the Love of Cricket podcast. I did speak to a local who said if you go across the country, that's a big danger. So you'd have to drive around the coast, but I did look at it. He's looking at options.
That's For the Love of Cricket, which is Stuart Broad's podcast.
If I could drive across the country, I would. So he's asking people, he's asking locals, can he do it? Is it possible? Can I get away from these
why
blokes?
though? What was I would like to know what the preceding...
I'm sure I read something about him clearing his head. Good way to clear his head or keep his mind. I think it might have
Mark
been...
would consider driving from Perth to Brisbane a journey of 2,500 miles, 4,000 kilometres over 4 days, just to fill the extra time created by the chastening start to England's much-hyped Ashes moonshot.
I think he said it would be good to keep his mind busy.
Yeah, so I think it was after
I don't
being
know if it
demolished
would,
by
lad.
Travis Head.
Nothing but the horizon. Didn't matter what we did. Head just smacked everything. Fucking hell. Travis Head has absolutely broken Mark Wood's brain to the point where he's like, I need to just be by myself in a vehicle for 4 days.
And it's happened before. Mitchell Johnson broke English brains. Then when they were out here, and when was that? 13, 14.
Yeah, no, listen, we have a
They
history of breaking the English.
Retired a couple of blokes.
Trot, Pryor maybe.
Swan.
Mid-tour.
Yeah.
Etched. Not for us.
Jonathan Trott, and I mean, he got broken by Mitch Johnson.
Yeah.
That was the catalyst.
Stuart Broad said he's loved
and
every...
I'm a bit bloody worried about Mark Woody.
I'm worried about Mark Wood. Stuart Broad, I saw a clip of him yesterday saying he loved every moment of his Ashes career except 13-14 facing Mitchell Johnson. I hated that.
Well, I saw Graham Swan as well saying half the reason he came out for that tour because he thought we were shit, and then Mitchell Johnson just ripped them all new assholes.
Yeah.
They've all got two asses, the blokes.
No, they do.
played in that
Everyone who
tour.
came out 13, 14, they have two assholes.
Two bumholes, yeah.
Well, some of them I think had them surgically repaired. That's as far as I'm aware, though. I think some of them just went, listen, I poo out of this one, then I poo out of that one. Yeah. Sometimes poo out of both. I've had a bad, a curry maybe.
Yeah. It's usually day on, day off sort of thing.
Yeah.
Took 37 wickets that year.
Oh, dude, don't worry. I remember all of that.
37 wickets. He had
Three
an average of
fifers.
13.97, an economy of 2.74. That is absolutely insane. So, concerning signs. Very concerning signs.
I love that Wood is being. So you're right. There is a crack.
That's
right
it, mate.
there. That's a crack in the
Tell
pitch.
me- tell me-
You can fit the keys into that.
You can put the keys into that, mate. You can get a phone into that.
Yeah,
you
you
can't tell me that a bloke wanting to drive across Australia 40 hours, 50 hours
Rather
isn't
than
a
spend
crack.
time with his teammate.
Exactly, isn't a crack. Rather than prepare, Tom.
He's- well-
he wants to sit in a car. Jeez, that can't be good for the body.
He's obviously the first. Like when you see. Like when the documentary is written about the cult of English cricket,
Which it will be.
Which it will be.
That's got Netflix all over.
It's got Netflix all over it. He'll be one of the people being interviewed as someone who left the cult. He'll be the first person to leave the cult. It's like Mark Wood sitting down, and it was like,
That'd actually be good for an all or nothing because it'd be nothing.
Oh, it'd be absolutely nothing. Punters and Dribbles, want to talk to you for a moment about the cleanest, crispest, freshest, easiest drinking lager there is. That's 4 Pints Japanese lager that pairs perfectly with pounding the English into the core of the earth.
It also paired perfectly, Tom, with just papering over our sorrows day one, into the great celebration that was day two, into the great Travis Head with one of the great knocks of all time. If you were drinking Japanese lager when that debt went down, you know what I'm talking about. Perfect pairing that paired perfectly.
Well said, Edward. That's 4 Pints Japanese lager. Get it from your local, get it as a six-pack, get it as a case, or get one off the wood. I want to take a brief moment out of this podcast broadcast to say a big thank you to our friends at Ned's.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to Ned's.
Yep.
For
Hell of a year.
Well, for a hell of a year. Their unwavering support.
Hell of a season.
And the celebration of the punt and the dribbler and providing a place for the punt and the dribbler who don't mind a little punt to go and do so.
Tell you what, kicking myself, when Travis Head walked out to open, I'm like, geez, I should have just looked at him for a ton.
Yeah.
That would have been smart footy.
Well,
Again, the vibe,
Trav
the aura.
Ton, Starkey, 5 Aussies win.
We're going to get better next time, you and I. We're going to get better.
Well, listen, we've got some time. We've got some time to work it out before the next test.
You can have a punt, do it with Neds. And if you want to see what Tom and I do before the next test, give us a follow on our profiles. You'll see it all there. So there's no excuses for missing what we get on.
Go Manly. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website. So there's the first crack in the English pitch. Wood wanting to leave the cult.
More to come, I'd say.
Well, you could argue that because you've got to show, you can't show weakness, you got to show loyalty, you can't show a crack, and also like cult leaders, they'll punish you. They'll punish you. And they rule with like by coercion.
And I'm sure there's a bit of iron fist stuff.
Well, it is iron fist, but it's like, they'll exile you from the group, or you won't be allowed to come to the campfire and sing along and all that sort of bullshit.
No marshmallows for you, mate.
No. But so yeah, Wood wanted to drive across the country. Don't believe for a second that he didn't know how big the country was. He's been here before. Khawaja, whose test career hangs by a pubic hair, has pulled out of a Pro-Am golf day today, which is Wednesday, so you're hearing this Thursday. He's pulled out of a Pro-Am golf day.
Why did you do that?
Well, he got injured playing cricket.
Oh, right. Okay, so he's injured himself playing cricket, can't swing a club.
He injured himself playing cricket, and so unfortunately he's not going to be able to play. I think that was what it was anyway. I don't know if back spasms and that from taking catches. I think he was playing cricket on the weekend. I think he was playing a bit of social cricket.
Yep.
And that's now ruled him out of his professional career. I don't know if anyone's up in arms about this. Like, you shouldn't be playing cricket just before a Pro-Am.
Who was he paired with?
I don't know. I heard Min Woo Lee getting bandied about. I don't know if it's Min Woo's Pro-Am or what. But, like...
Jeez, he's let Min down.
You should not be playing recreational park cricket before you have a Pro-Am tournament.
What did he do? He faced 4 balls and dropped a catch. Like, he wasn't flat out. How's he injured himself?
The game only went for 2 days.
Yeah. Jeez, he's let Min down.
Yeah.
Min's one of the great Australians.
Well, Min's put on a Pro-Am, right? This thing is, and I believe, Usman a pro, not an Am. He's committed.
Would he be an Am or a pro? He'd be an Am.
Well, no, he's a pro, mate.
He'd be an Am.
No, he's a pro.
Oh, he's a pro?
Yeah, he's a pro. He's a pro.
Yeah.
Plays off 8.
He's an Am. Huh?
I think he plays off 8.
Yeah.
It's pretty handy.
Not following. Either way, it's disappointing for Usman.
For Min, Tom.
Well, for Min. Can we check? Is it Min's golf day?
Pour one out for Min.
Have a look.
Min Woo. What a great name.
Yeah, it is. One of the great Australians, Min Woo. Alive or dead.
Let him cook, mate.
But
I just feel like if you're gonna put yourself forward for a Pro-Am, right? You're going to get all the punters riled up. There would have been people that bought tickets because Usman's playing. He would have been in a lot of the marketing collateral. He'd be on, all the signage out there at the day.
yep.
To be playing a bit of recreational cricket, in the days leading up to such a big event is not on.
No, it's not. It's just a little disrespectful.
I don't know how he got injured, though. Again, dropped a catch and faced 4 balls.
Well, they're actually saying it's not related. They're saying,
Oh.
So I think
So it
anyone...
could have been something else.
Well, anyone... A lot of people are saying it's clearly from the cricket you played that you got injured. He's saying unrelated.
I don't think that's an unreasonable take.
No, it's not, right? Like, he's 39, right? And so you don't just go out and play cricket at 39, days before a Pro-Am event.
No, that's madness.
It's in the lead up to the Australian PGA Championship.
Exactly.
Oh, so it's what? So it's a tickle up for the Australian PGA.
Yes.
Well, he's letting a lot of blokes.
He's letting
down.
a lot of people down. Like, I mean, who knows whether he'll be able to make the PGA now? But his camp are saying that the cricket had nothing to do with it. A couple of his mates played cricket as well, and they didn't get injured. So nothing to see here. But he's saying he was warming up for the Pro-Am, and that's when he got the injury.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So just...
It's hard to know what to believe.
It's very hard to know what to believe.
You got to take him at his word, I guess.
Well, of course. Well, listen, if there's one thing I'll be doing, Tom, it's taking Usman at his word. I would just say you got to be careful with these old bodies. They fall off quick.
Yeah, they do.
Fall off real quick.
Yeah. Cliff stuff.
Disappointing.
Listen, it is what it is. Now, let's just say that, because I think there's another social game of cricket coming up in Brisbane next week. I think it starts on the 4th. Let's say Usman gets dropped for that.
Unlikely.
I know. But Pat's back, apparently. Pat's looking like coming back into the side with a bad back himself. Do you think that if you dropped Usman, head goes to open, slug comes in, now you have a bit extra bowling in case Pat breaks down? Just a thought.
I think given the length of the last test, given how our boy Mitch Stark likes to get into his pink ball work in earnest, Tom, I've heard the pink ball compared to more of an incredible than it is to a incredible than it is to a 6-stitcher, the leather variety. This could be over in half a day. This test. This could be the first day test. I think that Pat leading from the front is like, if we can dust him here, which we will, and it's 2-0, it's 100% over. It's 100% over.
KO / Fox Cricket put up a video of Pat bowling in the nets.
He looks unbelievable.
The first comment from Dumb Fitter, and it's Pat bowling, having a tug to this in the Portaloo. I love my country, man. I love this country so much.
Well, he's dumb fitter. He's probably a Turner and fitter.
Well, of course he is, but he's having a tug to that in the Portaloo. But we are all the same. I know that some people, you might have your more highbrow, because I know cricket's highbrow. But at our base...
But we all tug, Tom.
We all tug, most. And having a tug to this in the Portaloo from Dumb Fitter,
Mate, the aristocracy tug more than anyone.
Well, and they're into weirder shit than us.
Jesus Christ, there's a There's a bloke who lost his royal titles. It is a testament to that.
Well, I don't think we put him on the same level as us. He's a sick puppy.
All I'm saying is no one's too eyebrow to have a tug.
No, of course not.
That's all I'm saying.
No, of course they're not. I don't think we bring him into the... We bring him into the conversation, of course. But we don't put him on the same rung as Dumb Fitter having a tug in a portal.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, if you think this is a class-based thing that like only the common man has a tug, incorrect.
Oh no,
that's all I'm saying.
The bourgeoisie.
That's what I'm saying. The bourgeoisie, the aristocracy, tug more than anyone.
Yes, they're usually using toys and stuff. They've got something in.
Oh, and again, they're dirty.
They're dirty.
They're filthy.
No, they are.
To the point of fucking illegal.
Well, so it's at its worst, at the fringes.
At the fringes, at the highest levels.
At the highest levels.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And in those royal bloody inbred lines.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Then you're really getting illegal. Anyway.
So. Pat Cummins comes back. I don't think...
What's the average length of a pink ball test? That's probably also something, because like,
Tobler,
probably don't go that long.
Tobler, thanks, man. I have been, again, waterboarding myself with content and going back and forth on what I want for the nation, Tom. But not even what I want for the nation, what I think they'll do. And I think the best way I heard it put was, if you were to drop Usman after a test, you're basically admitting that you got the selection wrong in the first place, and they think they'll give him another crack. And I think that's probably what they'll do. Even though they shouldn't.
Oh, that's just
even though they shouldn't.
I don't think that that's the truth. That's that you're admitting you got it wrong in the first test. Firstly, let's say that is the case. So what? Okay, we got it wrong and we won the test and we got away with it. No, but I'm just saying.
Yep.
So if
not my opinion, by the way.
If that is the case, sweet. You got it wrong and you got away with it. Mad. And you got away with it. Or are you going, hey, Usman was our choice. He was the man. But now we have new information. And that information comes by way of one of the greatest knocks in the history of human beings. And maybe we had our eyes opened a little bit. Going, oh, fuck, I forgot what it was like to have Dave Warner, who was just a goddamn rock at the top of the order and who was an animal, who took the fight to the opposition. And now Travis Head comes in and he's a brown-haired version of David Warner.
Well, it is. It has been...
Sort of.
It has been, in a lot of ways, a gift from the cricketing gods to be like, here is the most simplistic answer and solution to all your problems.
And no one was thinking it beforehand, so it's all right. It wasn't that anyone got it wrong. It wasn't that people were saying, pick Travis. It was that no one was even thinking about it. It's like you didn't really... there might be some... I'm just thinking of like maybe you're in high school... It doesn't have to be high school. It could be out of school. And there's someone you've been friends with for ages, some girl or member of the opposite sex, depending on your proclivities.
Yep.
And then one
you
day, you never even
you
saw them.
were always looking for the perfect partner, quote unquote. But all you were doing was getting your heart broken. You're getting cheated on. You're getting belittled. Your confidence was ruined, and you're a sad, lonely, disgraceful mess.
And then one day,
covered in Cheetos and ice cream, tugging all day and all night, right?
Then one day though, you're at a house party. You both get a little.
You finally got prized out of your bed.
You got to both get a little fucked up. You end up hooking up. Maybe you chong a little bit, and it turns into one of the great romps of your life. Historical romp, a romp you will not forget, a romp they will tell tales of. Every position imaginable, both lasting the distance, tantric stuff. And you wake up and you go, right, I haven't been making the wrong decision by ignoring this for my whole life. I just was blind, and now I see. I believe Jesus said that, someone. You know what I mean? There's a biblical angle here. Not so much the reverse cowgirl stuff, but like...
Well, that was in...
Was that in Colossians 3:12, reverse cowgirl?
Yeah. Or Romans.
Romans.
5:11.
Chapter 5 to 11. We're going to get DMs from Christians after that. It's so funny anytime we talk.
And thou shalt ride like a cowgirl. Romans 5:12.
It's my favourite chapter.
It's a naughty text.
It's a naughty... Well, it was the Old Testament, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's things are naughty in the Old Testament. But, so it's not necessarily that it's a bad mistake. It's a mistake or admitting that you were wrong, when did that become a bad thing? When did admitting that you'd got it wrong become such a like, oh, you can't admit that? Obviously, we don't get things wrong, but
if we did,
we'd admit it.
Yep.
And you should be comfortable to admit when you get things wrong.
Listen, you're speaking to the converted over here, Tom. It's just a fear that I hold deep within me that that's exactly what's going to happen. And we pick up the team sheet and we go, it's exactly the same, except Doggett's he's been shafted for the skipper.
Yes, so it's not even shafted. Doggett's just...
He's made way.
But no, I'm with you. That's what'll happen. I agree with you. But it would be nice to see.
Oh, it'd be unbelievable to see. You know what? Sorry, mate. Thanks for your service. I think I read somewhere, put him in the back of a ute and drive him around the Gabba. That's the farewell.
What if we put him in the back of a ute and drive him across Australia? And he can just stop off at every town.
Or we can get him get him out on the Gabba, right? Half an hour before the game, and he can hit golf balls for everyone.
Into a sim.
Into the crowd.
Well, into a sim.
Into a sim. Show us your drive, son.
I don't mind that. What if he does a driving range tour? That way you're getting him to all parts of the country.
Yep. And showing off what he loves.
And you take him around, you go from driving range to driving range, and you go and just hit long bombs.
With Usman.
And so that's how you say farewell.
Yeah.
Now, here's another one. What if back of a ute from across the country, so you're going from Perth to Brisbane, you have the back of the ute, you have like a driving range tee-off. He's strapped in.
He's got a harness on.
He's got a harness on. He's strapped in, right?
Yeah, he's harnessed.
He's harnessed. And he's just driving balls.
Yeah, he's driving while driving.
Someone's driving him.
Yeah.
And he's just, whoosh, come and see the great Usman Khawaja hit balls and say farewell. Country. And thanks for your services to cricket.
Yeah, I love it. See, that's a farewell. I don't think he needs to actually play in the test for us to all say goodbye.
No.
He just needs to be strapped to the back of a Hilux, right? Driving golf balls into the Nullarbor.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful farewell.
You know what else, Eddie? Now we're starting to think here. These golf balls, obviously you don't want to have to pollute the Nullarbor, as beautiful as it is.
Yeah. Bird food.
Those seeded golf balls. And you just, or bird food, animal food, and you just pumping them off. Oh, look, apple tree, middle of the Nullarbor.
Reforestation.
Whoops.
Yep. There you go. Oh, Nullarbor. Now rainforest.
Now beautiful. Rainforest. I mean, do you know the Dane tree is 10 million years older than the Amazon?
Didn't know that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I found that fucking wild. Miller Wilson, you know, he's a YouTuber, wildlife guy, Aussie.
Oh.
He like started as a kid on YouTube. Now he's fucking huge, like 1 million followers on Instagram. He just goes around and does wildlifey stuff. But he put up this thing the other day where he's in the Daintree, and it was like, how mad's the Daintree? I'm paraphrasing here from the guy.
How mad's the Daintree?
How mad's the Daintree? He's like 10 million years older than the Amazon. I was like, fuck, that's not nothing. And it means very little in the context of what we're discussing right now, other than Usman reforesting the Nullarbor. But I just found that a wild stat.
Well, they're not worlds away from each other. Daintree older than the Amazon by 10 million years.
I think it's even more than that.
In the same world as Usman in a farewell tour, strapped to the back of a Hilux, reforesting the Nullarbor.
And 10 million years older than every other player in the team.
There we go.
It's nearly 100 million years difference.
Jesus, maybe I misread the bloody quote.
You've lost a bloody zero there, Tom.
Either I've got it wrong or he's got it wrong.
And who knows? It's millions. That's what we do know. I think that would work for everyone. Then Travis Head goes up to the top where we all feel safe and loved. And then it's a Jesus, we've got some options now. Cameron Green goes to 5. Then you got Slug, you've got Renshaw, you've got Inglis. We've got options coming out the wazoo.
Yeah.
Will they do it? Probably not. And if we win 2-0, then who cares?
Whatever. Fucking who cares?
Well, if we beat them again and it's 2-0, you know what I mean?
No,
job won't be done.
No, it won't be done.
You get it.
No, I understood what you were saying. I just allowed you to.
Thanks.
I just want to ask a question before we move on from Travis Head.
Oh, yeah, isn't that cricket question?
As in a cricket question. And as I regurgitate information from people smarter than me.
Yeah. Let's go. Hold on. Let's go ahead.
Is the best use of Travis Head potentially in fading light on the first day in a pink ball test against a fresh Jofra Archer? Is that the best use of him? In the sense that, and I'm not discrediting what he did in the first test. Obviously, it was heroic and incredible and whatever. But Jofra had slowed right down. It was the best time for batting, as far as I'm aware, in that first test. Like, if you just compare the conditions and we try and put recency bias aside for a second, is there a world where it's, potentially just a bit quick.
Well, if we want,
Sorry. But when are you saying?
I'm just saying, like, do we leave him at 5?
Yes,
For
I
now.
understand that. But are you saying if for this next test, if he was to come in and open the batting,
Yeah,
in
I'm
fading
saying-
light against Jofra, are we putting him? Is that a bad use of his?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Assuming that just in the hypothetical that England bat first and are bowled out by T, like.
yes, of course. But then if we bat first,
But also, Usman's eyes are gone. He can't play the fast ball. Like, that's the main one.
is Usman going to do better?
Yeah. Well, no. His history would say no. History would say his eyes are fucking gone and he can only play spin. And who would you want there? Are we a stronger side with head there, slug at 6, than we are Usman potentially walking wicket? I know that it's kind of like, how has everything changed in a week? But things change in a week sometimes. A week's a long time in rugby league and in cricket,
And in rugby league.
particularly in rugby league.
But in cricket too.
But in cricket, it's a long time.
Long time. So I hear you, Cody, rather. I hear you loud and clear. But,
Good question, Cody,
you know,
from a man that I didn't think had much of an opinion on cricket.
yeah, well, he's developed. It sounds like he's developing one, Tom.
Yeah. Would you say you're developing one, or have you always had a bit of a...
No, I've only been into cricket for like 5 or 6 years, but
It's not nothing.
I love Test cricket.
He is also only like 27, so that's not that. That's is a percentage of your life.
Jeez, good point. Jeez, it's a good point.
Fifth of his life. Yeah, listen, I know what you're saying. I don't know.
I don't know, just on vibe as well. Like, I get everyone's like Uzi out. There's just something in my gut that can't help but feel like this Travis decision is a bit brash. I don't know.
And you probably listen, dude. Hallmark of the dribbler is emotional, is reactive, is hit first, ask questions later. And there's a lot of that about this. Trav did something good. Fuck Uzi. And then you go, geez, maybe I overreacted. Maybe I acted too soon. But I don't care. I will learn from mistakes after they've made them, and then make the same mistake again. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
So I'll make the mistake. You know, I'm not saying this will happen with Trav, but let's say it does. Trav gets out fucking in 3 balls. And you go, oh, God, yeah, you're right. I did go off too early. I'll be faced with the same situation in a couple of years' time or in a couple of tests' time. I will make the same mistake again.
Know that.
Because as a sports fan, I am emotional and reactive.
As is your right.
I don't even, it's as is inbuilt within me, I have no control over it.
No.
I have no control over it.
Again, why does a caterpillar build a cocoon? He doesn't know.
The caterpillar does not know.
He doesn't know.
Why
She doesn't know. They don't
he
know.
or she is building the cocoon. But they're doing it, and then afterwards, look who's a beautiful butterfly.
Exactly. Just like you being an emotional sports fan.
Yeah.
Oh, look who was right.
Yeah. Oh, not me. Fuck.
So, punters and dribblers, you're probably sitting there going, shit, I can see December. And in December, we sing, baby. We sing for our supper. The Hello Sport carols, Christmas carols are back. There will be a baggy green up for grabs if you're good enough. If no one's good enough, no one gets one.
That's right. They're not guaranteed the baggy green, but the Christmas Carol is a staple of this time of year in the world of punting and dribbling. So we throw the gauntlet down once more. We don't know when we're going to fucking do it and
Yes,
give
we
it.
do.
We
Yes,
know
we
the
do.
exact
Yeah,
date?
yeah, we do.
When?
Yeah. Monday the 15th.
Oh, I didn't realise we even fucking
Well, we
landed
talked
on
about
that.
it yesterday.
Did
That's
we?
okay. Yes, we did.
Jesus Christ.
So all submissions must be in no later than, I'm going to say, what, 8 a.m. Monday morning? The 15th? Latest.
The latest is
Absolute
Monday morning.
latest, Monday morning, 8 a.m.
Turbo at hellosport.com.au is where you send them.
No theme this year, just grip it and rip it.
Grip it and rip it, whatever you want. A year of punting and dribbling. You know, obviously, you do what you want.
Hey,
It's a dribbler carol, so obviously, you know, it's got to be in theme. But, no, not in theme, sorry, but in the spirit, in the world.
and if we are to crown a winner, the Baggy Green Long Lunch is that Saturday.
So,
Get your shit together.
You got to get your shit together. Anything else?
Listen, I hope the last 2 years have been elite.
Yeah.
I hope to see a repeat of that. I really do.
I'm excited.
I'm pumped up.
It's actually the best time of the year.
Turbo@hellosport.com.au, 8 a.m. Monday morning, the 15th of December.
Is the latest you can have them in.
That's the cutoff. So get cracking.
Jared McCracken. The pre-sale for the Stay in Your Crease shirts, it ends Sunday week officially. We've extended it because the appetite has been sickening.
And you might be like, oh, you keep saying that you're going to turn it off and you don't. I promise you right now, this is an absolute rugby league promise.
Yeah, this isn't one
Sunday the 7th of December will be the cutoff. After that, we won't be making any more because we're starting to settle up too close to Christmas. Too much of a headache, too much of a ball
Too
ache.
much going on.
Not doing it. That's the absolute cutoff.
If you want them, it's there.
Yep, they're there. They're
Until
there.
the 7th when it's done.
Forever. Literally.
Literally
forever. They'll be done forever. Literally. So you've got about 10 days-ish, less.
It's the 26th at time of recording.
A little bit less than that. So thank you to all those that have supported us so far. Terrific.
I feel sorry for the Perth-based ones who had 2 days to rock it and, you know, maybe you were going day 3, 4, 5 and you get a chance to flaunt your shit. You got 4 other tests, so...
Or you can just wear them at the pub.
We can wear them everywhere.
Yeah.
Before we get into rugby league, I know there's a bit of news going around. As much as I want to... There's some things I care about with rugby league, but, like, on the whole, at this time of year, I don't really give a fuck. And, you know, it just doesn't enter my interest side of my brain, outside of Tommy Turbo becoming captain of Manly and another Manly Ruben Garrick specific story, but we'll get to those in a second. What I do want to talk about, which is very Thursday pod, which we haven't done for a little while, is the fucking scumbags at the Bomb saying that their whole website revamp was going to cost $4 million and it cost $96 million. And then when they're asked about it, like, oh, no, we were just saying it was $4 million for, like, the website to be redone.
No, for the front end.
For the front end.
Not the back end.
Like, the fact, there was some outrage about this, but, like, this is taxpayer money.
Correct.
It is one of the most fucking egregious, disgraceful misuses of the Australian public's money because they didn't even do a good job with it.
Well, it doesn't work.
I just, like, how is there not, to quote a great, a motherfucking investigation? Or maybe there is. But, like, people should be going to prison for that.
Well, I don't think they're even firing anyone. That's what I heard. I think it's just like play on nothing to see here.
And
but the people
is the government involved in this? Is the government involved in appropriating funds for them?
Well, it's a government. It's the Bureau of Meteorology is a government department, isn't it? Or it's like an offshoot.
How is that not?
It's funded by the government.
So how is the government not like, oi, what the fuck?
Well, people are like, you can't really be getting the weather wrong and the website functionality wrong because, you know, there are moments in, you know, there are certain situations where you're putting lives at risk if information's not accurate.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, you can't just be flippant with it going, just a bit of a stuff up. A $93 million stuff up, either it says it's one of two things, punters and dribblers. Either the people that built the website saw an opportunity for people over at the Bomb to just rip them off, good, honest, and true. Because a lot of people that work in these government departments, they're not the brightest tools in the shed, unfortunately.
No, and they're bloated.
And so they're just like, I promise you this is the price. Trust me, this is the price. You won't get a better price anywhere else. Rip them off good. Or it's, I know Bob builds websites. Oi, Bob.
Charge me out the arse.
Charge me out the arse.
78 mil the contract was.
78 million.
To Accenture Australia, the website builder.
78
the consultants, the private consultancy.
But it's these
bullshit.
It's the same thing when BHP do a new logo and it costs like 50 million and you're like, how?
It's just, but it's like it happens right in front of your fucking face, and it's the most egregious form of like theft allegedly from the people. It's like that is not what people are desperate for. There's a million weather sites, mind you. But like
it probably
Bomb didn't need any upgrading or improvement at all.
No.
It did not need anything. And to have it be blown out by $92 million?
No, the
94.
budget. Well, what was the contract? The contract was for 78 million.
Yeah, but then extra security measures.
No,
pushed
so
it
the
closer.
contract was 78 million.
Yeah.
That was agreed to out the
so
gate.
You agreed
so
to
there was
78.
there was like 16 million in overrun.
And already already 78 million agreed to is ridiculous.
They signed a contract for 78 million for the to redo the site. I don't understand how
is
that's possible.
that even possible?
The Bureau initially claimed that the site's redesign had cost 4.1 million.
But so
not
they claimed
including
that.
the design contract.
So they claimed that without telling us that the contract was actually 78
million.
Now now it's come out that it cost them
96
96,
or
94, 96, whatever. And then they go, oh, well, actually, we signed a contract for 78. And we've blown that out as well. But it's the same. There was an article the other day about the Moore Park golf course, let's ruin a beautiful part of the city for fucking more parks. And I don't mean more parks, like literally more parks that we don't fucking need. And the budget for that from the Labor government was 50 million. And then there's a report saying, oh, actually, that's a crock of shit. And it'll cost 250. So they're underreporting it by $200 million. And it's just not fucking needed.
I said this to you the other day, Tom.
Can you tell I'm 36?
My favourite time to walk the dog is around sunset or just before, because I nip down to Centennial Park and outside of people running and cycling around the road, it's empty. Empty. This is when people get home from work to go and walk their dogs or walk outside or whatever. Empty. Empty. And they want it, and they're like, we need more space. I'm like, no, you don't. Walk into Centennial Park, walk into the parklands now and tell me if they're bloated.
They never are.
They're never bloated.
No, they're never bloated.
On the nicest, most gorgeous spring day on a Saturday, there's still mountains of room.
Yep.
Mountains of it.
Yep.
I do not know what you're talking about. Watch them start knocking up apartment buildings like they're going out of fashion. Old mate, bloody Meriden, whatever his name is,
Minzy.
Triggerboff.
Merritt Mins.
Triggerboff's given Minzy one of the great rub and tugs, one of the great wine dine and 69s of all time. It's ridiculous. There'd be more people playing golf at Moore Park golf course at
Than
the
people
time I walked
using
the
the
dog
park.
than people using the park.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
It's ridiculous.
The current golf facility earns 17 mil a year, which funds up to 50% of the operational budget for the Greater Sydney Parklands.
Yeah, but they're actually making the driving range bigger, which is what drives a lot of the revenue. So they're not getting rid of the cash cow.
Again, it's like
But point still stands.
it's but it's we've been in on it. But I guess it's just more that like I don't know why.
so it's costing 250 million.
That's what they're saying. Because, mate, there's a part of me that thinks there's such opposition that it may not get through. Like, there's some serious opposition and concern around this complete shit show. It's also on, like, a wasteland. So, like, it was built over an old tip. So, like, they're trying to fucking dig it all up. It's like, what are you going to do about all that shit underneath it? But for me, that bomb thing, where it's just like, oi, lad, explain to me that. Walk me through it. Someone walk me through. Can I see a fucking line item of how this costs so much? How? Is that public knowledge? Are we able to see that shit?
I'll look into it. They've already changed the radar back to the original version as
For
well.
fuck's sake.
Because farmers were complaining that, like, with the delayed radar updates, new radar color scheme, and not being able to enter GPS coordinates for, like, regional properties like farms.
Did these fucking dead shits even consult farmers? Probably not.
They reckon it was tested for 12 months in the lead up to the
Shut
change.
fuck up. These fucking cunts, dude. I just hate
Jesus,
it.
look at Tommy. He's fired up.
It pisses me off. Like,
You got Willie Mason fucks per minute going at the moment, brother.
I just find this thing, like, these things happening, and it's like, I don't care who's in government. These things just happen right in front of your face, and there's nothing you can do about it. And people just sort of gloss over it and move past. And I know that the bomb being updated is on the lower end, probably, of government corruption or corruption generally. But it's just like, I can't, for the life of me, understand how that costs that much money. Remember when they were saying that they were trying to put the bloody pole on top of the Harbour Bridge? Oh, it's going to cost like 25 million. You're like, no, it's not. Don't do it. Sorry. Yeah. What? Hold on. What? Anyway, Tommy Turbo.
Tommy Turbo.
Thanks, everyone. Needed to get that off my chest. Need to get that off my chest. Tommy Turbo, captain of Manly, feels right, feels good, feels right. And it feels good.
Jeez, it feels right as well.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say that.
Jeez, it feels right. Obviously, DCA's left. He's dead to us now, unless I run into him and then it's all
Well,
hugs
then
and
it's like,
kisses.
hey, mate, how are
But,
you?
you know.
front facing from Shane Keith Productions, knee Shane Keith, now Pipe Dreams. Dead to us.
Dead to us. Tommy Turbo. Geez, has anyone given more to the club than him outside of his brother Jake?
And I think,
and not just the club, the community, and not just the community, but the game. And not just the game, but the people of the beaches.
Yeah,
you know,
kids running around, Motorvale Juniors.
And not just them, Tom, the state.
And not just the state, but the country.
That's right. No one's done more.
No
one's done more. So this is a beautiful nod to a man who has had his ups and his downs, but he's had a heap of ups, a couple of downs, but some plenty of ups.
Listen, mate, life is full of ups and downs, and you wouldn't appreciate the ups if you didn't have the downs. Feels right. Jake,
Good to have a leader that's prepared to stick around as well.
Well, exactly. Exactly. He wants to be there. But I think what I like about it is, obviously, I think there's a good chance that Jake's role changes in 2026. I don't know whether he necessarily starts all games.
Well,
I don't think that he's, guaranteed to be in the starting 13, even though he might be, who knows. But it's like, Tommy is the man.
Well, Jake sacrificed his body at the altar of rugby league.
Yes, he has.
And for all those that know, when you sacrifice your body at the altar of rugby league, you pay a price.
You do. Heavy.
Heavy price. And his body, not what it was. His heart's still there. His mind.
Oh, yeah. Ticker.
But his bod.
Well, his breeze up's down.
His breeze up. Jesus Christ. If you come up for sale now, you wouldn't buy him.
No. No, you would, but you get him at a price.
Well, you get him at a heavy discount.
Well, there's no discount. You get him at a price. You get him for what he's worth now. Yeah. That's all it is. But Tommy, Manly put out some beautiful videos of him talking about it, and these guys used to be my heroes, and and you dream of being able to be around these people, and then now it's like, now this is his time. And it was training footage. It was him doing knees ups, it looked good. He looked big.
He's big. He's massive.
I know he is, but he's now
enormous.
How old is he now? 27?
No, 28, 29.
I'd say he's 27.
28. 29, sorry.
29?
Yep.
Woo!
27.
Fuck, mate, you can dream. But, okay, so he's 29. That's a 29-year-old body now, you know what I mean?
When's a male Homo sapien at its peak, Tom? Thomas. I mean, yeah, Thomas Toppler.
Typically 20s to early 30s.
That's broad. Can you give us like a year, like age?
I want one number.
Because I could have told you 20s and 30s, right?
I would have said early 30s.
Peak. I'd say late 20s.
I'd say 29.
Same. Maybe early 30s.
Keep saying 20 to 35, so...
Cool.
27.
Why don't you ask ChatGPT for a number? Can you say, give me a specific number, I'm going to shoot you.
I'm going to pour water on you.
I know that I'm not I'm not the great person to go off, but fuck, I find ChatGPT not that good in the times I need to use it. Oi, put this face on this image, replace this. The amount of times I've gone back to ChatGPT and gone, do you think this is good enough? I actually have these, I get angry at it. I'm like, do you think this is up to scratch? Do you think this is what I asked for? There was one where, Randy Marsh.
What? 28, which is just based off the 20 to 35 range.
Well, it's not.
The middle.
What do you mean it's based off?
Also, it's got peak for strength and muscle mass is 25 to 35, speed and explosiveness is 22 to 28, and endurance and stamina is 28 to 33.
Right,
so they've calculated 28.
Gave us a number.
Yeah, perfect.
Right. Yeah, I tried to get it to replace Randy Marsh's face with Randy Marsh walking with the wheelbarrow around with his nuts in it. I got a picture of Travis' head. I go, put his head and replace the cartoon head of the guy with the nuts. And literally, so if this is the size of Randy Marsh's head, they put Travis's head like this tiny little thing half over it, not even properly on it, and it was just to the side. And they go, do you think this is good enough? They're like, oh, no, sorry, or give us another go. And I'm like, have I got the laziest version of ChatGPT of all time?
No, I'm flat out, mate.
Have I got D or Dave?
Yeah, you got.
I've got Chat GD, D or Dave or whatever.
Yeah. You got the Dave filter.
Yeah.
Sorry, smoking cones.
Yeah, I got the Dave skin over my fucking ChatGPT.
Dave skin, cones full of my
pube cones and anyway.
Nah, shout out to Dave.
Shout out to Dave. Miss you, love you, miss you. See the baggy green.
How many we got confirmed?
Around 15 at the moment. But
We did a
following up
shout out
this
and they didn't
week.
respond. It was their year. They didn't do it.
They didn't do a turtleneck long lunch, did they?
No.
Scumbags.
And we did a shout out in the potty and they didn't respond.
No, let's just put it in the group. We've still got one. Hold on. There's like one between you, me, Chicker, and the Hitty.
Is there?
Yeah. I think it's like called baggy green long lunch.
No.
Turtleneck, sorry.
Big solstice guys over here.
Yeah.
The biggest.
Your year, guys.
Disappointing. ... Disappointing. ... Don't make us do it every year, even though I will. If you have to, if you don't want to do it, we're going to do it.
Now, if you believe the rumour and innuendo in a rugby league off season where the journos are looking for shit to write about,
Not much going on.
Ruben Garrick on a knife's edge of whether he'll stay at Manly, and you know who's wanting him, who's after him? The fucking Roosters. Mark going, 2 posts set for retirement. Ruben and Daly, very good friends.
Yeah.
They played golf together at the Scopes Golf Day.
Closest club.
Close, mate.
It's the closest club.
You just nip across the road there. Ruben's a hot guy, right? He doesn't want to. They're like, the Dragons are interested. Sure, Ruben grew up in that area. He knows that if he wants to enjoy it, he is only 28. You got a long time left. You don't go to the Dragons, even if there is a pull heartstring thing there. You don't go there.
Ruben's a smart guy. He doesn't.
I'm hot. I play for a hot club. If I'm going to go somewhere else, I'm only going to another hot club. But if he goes to the Roosters, he'd look good, and I'd hate it. I'd hate it.
Well, it'd make me physically ill, Tom, to see our good mate Ruben Garrick at the Roosters. But unfortunately for us, I would imagine he wants to stay, right? That would be my thoughts and feelings. That he wants to stay at the greatest club of all, Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. He wants to stay, I would think. If we lose him, that's a rugby league stuff up, right? I thought we were obsessed with outside backs to the point of overbuying them. Well, if you've got the best one going around, why wouldn't you keep that bloke?
Where's he at on our all-time point scorers list? Is he top yet? He'd have to be close. He's only 28.
In terms of like average points per season, I saw some stat recently of the last 20 years. He's like 4th
of all players. Of all,
he was 1. He's right up there in terms of points.
3rd.
He's our 3rd
Behind Jamie Lyon and Graham Eady.
Right.
And how far behind?
He's 70 off Lyon and then 600 odd off Graham Eady.
Okay.
So Killer's in trouble.
Killer's in huge trouble. But this kid's 28 and he's still a kid because I'm old. What are we doing? Apparently Manly's going to up the offer, as they should.
By 100 grand over 2 years.
That's all?
Yeah.
50 grand a year.
That's what I'm reading. They initially tabled 1.1
Well, depending on what
over
they're
2
paying
years.
him, if 50 grand's not nothing, but it's
and
also...
then, upped it to 1.2. But then, Seabold came out today and said, certainly over the next couple of days, we'll continue to process. We'd love to keep him. But it's a competitive market right now. With the players potentially after him as well.
Am I missing something? Like, Tommy Turbo took a pay cut. Jacob beyond not much. We lost DCE.
We got rid of Tommy Talau.
What's costing us all this money? What's costing so much? What are the Roosters? Look at their side. Side is stacked. What am I missing? What do you mean it's competitive? Pay more money.
Yeah.
Pay more money. It's not that difficult. Stop making it out like it's hard.
We got Jamal at 700.
That's fuck all.
Yeah.
That's fuck all. Pull your finger out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
What is going on?
I don't know, dude.
Hamole's on good money. Cool. Who else?
Tommy,
who else is on
Jake.
good money?
He'd be our only... Hamole would be our highest paid player now, wouldn't he?
He comfortably.
You would think. Or him and Tommy the same. I don't know. Maybe Hamole's not even up to a mille. He might only be in the 8s.
I think he's in the 8s. Tommy Turbo would be the 8s. Jake wouldn't be even in the... He wouldn't be there
Jake
anymore.
could be down in the 7s or the 6s.
We've got Jamal for 700. What
900
who's
Hamole.
expensive? Yeah, right. Who's expensive? I'm so confused. This is confusing.
Our forwards, we don't have anyone.
We don't have 50 grand for Ruben. Why, mate? Why? What are the props costing you?
Well, mate, you could fucking throw a handkerchief over the props from a price perspective, surely. No disrespect.
No disrespect.
Outside of Taniela. I don't know. Everyone's pretty old.
600's not a nothing offer. Like, isn't Toto only on like 650? Like, for a winger, it's not.
610, I think. No, 600's fine. I'm with you. I'm
also not disagreeing with you.
No.
Like, I don't think Ruben doesn't necessarily not deserve more money.
But I'm also like 50 grand. That's why I'm saying like 50 is not nothing in the context of what you're getting. You know, it depends. If you're on like $1 million and they offer you 50 grand more, like if you're not happy with $1 million, they're like, what if we give you 50 grand more? It'd be like, go suck a dick.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I completely understand.
If anything, I can't imagine it would be that much of a money thing. Like, the Roosters wouldn't be offering you
I also don't
that
think
much
Ruben,
more.
from what I know of Ruben, I don't know Ruben well, but I know him well enough. Like, I've met him and had spent enough time with him, usually inebriated. But he doesn't seem like that's his primary motivation. I think he wants to stay on the beaches. That's what I think. I think he wants to stay with the boys. I think he loves the club. He loves the peninsula.
Well, he's a man's man.
He loves the lifestyle.
He's a man's man.
He loves
No
it,
doubt
mate.
about that.
He
He
loves it.
Can you just go away, please, Roosters? Just
Get out of here with all your
just
cash,
Just leave us alone.
with all your money.
Leave us alone with all your money.
As a rugby league fan, the Roosters coming for one of your players is genuinely worst case scenario.
No, it is. It's like the most terrifying. It's like it'd be like if a supermodel started fucking DMing your missus. You'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Rarely do they not get what they want. Rarely.
Dude, imagine that. Imagine if bloody who's a hot supermodel? I don't know. Who's a hot actor? Chalamet? Yeah, but he's a bit scrawny. Who's like
A Lordy. Messaging your wife.
Yeah, a Lordy. Again, not heartthrob. Dude, Hemsworth.
A Lordy Lordy moves the needle.
No, I know he moves the needle, but
Not now, Jan.
no. I
This
know he
next
moves the
gen.
needle, but
This next gen.
I'm saying like if you had Thor in your missus DMs because he's also jacked to fuck, that would rattle me. I mean, listen, a Lordy would rattle me. Don't get me wrong. That'd fucking rock me too. But is Hemsworth the Roosters? Is a Lordy, someone else? Maybe a Lordy too. Maybe I'm being unfair to a Lordy. Maybe I'm being unfair to Jacob.
They're all in the same world, aren't they? Right?
Yeah,
if you've got a famous, tall, big,
drink of water.
hot drink of water who's killing it, inboxing your missus, you're not loving it.
No.
You're not like, oh well, thank God it's not bloody Thor.
No, you're still wigging.
You're like, what?
Even if it was.
Why are you replying with fucking photos?
Yeah,
Jesus
exactly.
Christ.
Yeah. What are we doing? Why are you entertaining this? Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, you're out of town this weekend, are you?
Where? So Lordy's in town.
You've never been out of town in your life.
Where are you going?
You've never been out of town in your life.
How do you put Find My Friends on?
Oh, that's an invasion of privacy. Okay. Well,
Yes.
then why is it on my phone?
Well, where am I?
Do you see the Broncos new logo?
Yeah.
For the away strip?
No.
is that just generally?
Just the new logo.
New logo.
Don't think it's that bad.
Ugh.
Like I don't think it's. I know that everyone's default is like we fucking ruined it. I'm like I just don't think it's that bad. The thing I hate is that they're no longer on badges. All of them. They're all just printed onto the jersey. That shit.
So this was what you talked about a while ago, Cody, just about the
Resizing of the
the
image.
design stuff.
Yeah. But in saying that, I agree with you, Tom. I don't mind this Broncos jersey, but the previous Broncos logo kind of fit that mold anyway. It just feels like, I don't know if there's if the club's put out a statement regarding this, it just feels a little bit unnecessary, but I don't mind it. It's just a bit.
Can I see the old one?
I think they changed the logo too often generally. Like, I agree with you. Like, let's have a look at the old one. I don't think any club's desperate. I feel like you should be changing them every 10. That's way better.
More of a badge now.
Mate, it's 1,000. That's 1,000 times
That
better.
old one
Sorry.
is way better. Now, maybe that's just because I'm used to it.
No, it's a badass Bronco, dude. It's badass.
Yeah.
Look at it. It knows what it's about.
And so when it's compared, when the old is compared with the new, I can see why people don't like the new. But as a logo itself, I'm just like, whatever. It's pretty bland.
They've also got rid of the Broncos, and it just says Brisbane. I think Broncos is stronger than Brisbane. Broncos stands for something.
Yeah.
Brisbane, it's just a big town.
huge town.
They've got a new "We Charge On" mantra.
Again, these little slogans and shit, are they coming up? Is that like the coach Or is this from their media
Marketing.
department marketing? We charge on, like fucking.
Well, it's just I have a salary to justify.
We've got to come up with a new hashtag this year.
But yeah, like I
Just use the same one.
You could.
like I said on the previous logo, I can't remember who it was, Bulldogs. Like, a lot of logos are being redesigned now to, be scalable, fit on apps, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. But that Broncos logo already does that. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
it's not hyper detailed. It kind of fits that mold anyway. So it's just like, when I saw this morning, I was a bit like, meh, sure. Just feels a bit unnecessary.
And you've stripped it. You've stripped it way back.
Can I be honest with you as well? It looks like...
Oi!
Hello, mate. It just looks like a horse.
It does. Just looks. That's all it looks like. It doesn't look like a Bronco.
Nah.
Now, speaking of horses, we need to redo the set and get our horse trainer on. Punters and Dribblers, a quick reminder that the Black Friday sales are on for Be Good Health, and they started yesterday, Tuesday. They go through to next Monday, the whatever.
Cyber Monday.
1st of December, Cyber Monday. And there's a lot of good shit. Most notably is the new Daylight's flavour, apple and kiwi. But Eddie, 20% off sale. What else are they getting?
20% off store-wide applied at checkout, Punters and Dribblers. Also, if you buy 3 or more boxes, you'll get one of these hats that Tom and I are wearing. They're fucking terrific.
Be Good hat.
Be Good hat, beautiful summer pink, glorious bit of kit. If you spend $250 or more, you'll also get thrown in a Good Day shirt. They're elite. What's better, Tom? On Black Friday, this Friday, the actual day, Black Friday, any purchase, you also get a free glass bottle. We've upgraded from plastic to glass.
The glassies are
A
glorious.
far more elegant drink, Tom.
Listen, far more elegant. I think that everyone who's being honest with themselves wants to drink out of something where the stakes are high. If you drop it, it smashes. You know what I mean? Like, it's also better for you. There's no plastic.
Yeah.
But it's a classier vessel for your liquids.
Well, it says a lot about you. You're a classy gal, or you're a classy guy, drinking out of that glassy. So begoodhealth.com.au.
Keep it classy, get the glassy.
That's it, baby.
So, we are here, Punters and Dribblers. As you know, we have recently come into the possession of a pony, a big, beautiful, gorgeous, friendly pony. If you're watching the YouTube, Topper's going to put a picture of him on there right now. We went to New Zealand a couple of weeks ago. The Ready to Run sales in New Zealand. We got ourselves a big, hot horse. And it is being trained by our guest today,
Yes.
the one and only Will Freedman. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. Long-time listener.
Thanks, mate. We had a great time over there. Obviously, we've got our big, thick muster hats on.
Yep.
That's the syndication we have partnered with.
So we didn't go out and buy this horse ourselves.
No, we didn't.
Okay, so we have partnered with the company.
That might surprise the punter and the dribbler. We haven't purchased this horse ourselves.
We aren't losing touch
We aren't losing touch
with the common man.
That's right. Okay. Now, we will share details. We will have Cam from Muster on next Monday to talk nitty gritty.
Yeah.
To talk specifics. To talk how does this thing work? Micro shares. It's a new setup in market where you don't have to buy 10% like you used to. You can buy fuck all and you can come along for the ride.
Yeah.
And we can yip and yahoo and hug and kiss when it wins.
Yeah.
But we thought it'd be good to bring our old mate Will on just to talk what this boy's about.
And
what could you get in on?
But also, I think, to allay any concerns of the punter and the dribbler potential owner, that we haven't just gone out to New Zealand and just gone, we'll get that.
Get that one.
Because one of the things that I think was
What do you bloody know?
was important for us when we were over there, and Will, you enlightened us to many things, but was like, shock horror, we don't know what we're looking at. Not to sound racist, but all horses look the same, and
Different colours.
different colours maybe slightly, but like you know what I mean. As far as to what you and I can see, so it was very helpful to have you there. How was your experience of having 2 horse novices?
To be fair, you guys started off very green, but I think you actually saw some of the nuances by the end of it. So just for a bit of context, it's called a ready to run sale. So we actually get to watch them gallop before we buy them. Traditionally, when we buy horses, we buy them as yearlings, meaning they're 1 year old, and we just see them walk. And we've got to try and guess whether they can gallop. And then we probably spend almost twice as much as you can on yearlings when we have no idea if they can gallop, and heaps of them can't. So we watched.
That must be fucked. Spending a lot of money on a horse and seeing it finally run and going, ooh.
Yeah.
What are the early signs going, geez, I spent a lot of money on this thing and it doesn't know how to run?
It's not a great moment when you talk to an owner and you say, I think we need to stop the bleeding now, and they haven't even seen it run.
Shit.
But it's like it's an expensive hobby for most people.
Yes.
So we've watched all the we call them breezes. A breeze is where they gallop about 300 or 400 meters. Actually, probably 300 meters. But the last 200 meters is timed. So you get sort of a comparative gauge against them all. You probably knock out the bottom 30%. And then you look at the rest and you see how they do it. And you want to make sure there's a few things. So you want to make sure they're relaxed when they do it. You don't want them to be just wired. You want them to be doing things sensibly. You want to make sure they run a bit of time so you can say, okay, well, there's something in the engine. And then you want to see a big action, like a big loping stride. And it's not in front of us, but I remember watching his breeze and being like, they're running super quick time, but he's doing so much wrong still. So when they're doing stuff wrong, there's heaps of improvement left because once they start doing things right, they'll get better. So that was a big part of the breeze process. And then you just go out to the sales to make sure you're not buying something with a bent leg and, half a tail. Or,
yes.
So.
And would I be correct in saying that he was doing it with his ears pricked?
Yeah. You've learned, I see. But yeah, so when they do it with their ears pricked at the end, it means they're having a look around and like, they're actually not concentrating that much. And it just means that they're doing it comfortably enough. Like when they're under full pressure, their ears are pinned back. They get really as low as they can to the ground and they try and extend as far because most people wouldn't know, but a horse's stride is actually only the length of their head and neck. So they push their neck out and their legs can only go as far as their neck is. So they try and get as low as they can so the legs can go as far out as they can. So when we look at him, he's a big... I know my father, Richard, sent an update before and he said he's rangy. That's what you want because it increases that length of stride.
You know who's rangy? Usain Bolt.
Great point.
Not nothing.
Not nothing.
And, who knows?
Not nothing.
Listen, you're not going to be on here making promises. We may make some outlandish ones.
All I'm saying is Usain Bolt rangy? Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Is Gat rangy? Yes, he is. That's all I'm saying.
That's all he was saying.
It's important for horses to have big strides, but it's more important for horses with big strides to be able to move them quickly. So that's what I liked about his breeze was he had the big action and he was moving it quick. So it's a positive sign. And then now what we do is we take him. He's already back at our farm, which is up in the Hunter Valley, and he'll have like probably 3 or 4 weeks there, just chilling out, getting acclimatized with Australia. It's a bit warmer here. Flies, all those sorts of things, and then he'll come into our stables at Rose Hill and
We got any because obviously we want him acclimatized. He's a Kiwi.
Yeah,
We're half Kiwi, so that works. But like, have they got like TVs and shit in their rooms? We put some Bradman highlights on. Does he get to watch the cricket? You know what I mean? I want him to become Australian as quickly as possible.
Do you show him old footage of Farlap going, this is what's possible?
I think when he comes to Rose Hill, we can reenact some of the cricket down the aisle.
We might be able to show him some footage.
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
cool.
So
I just want to,
But he's. We were talking before when he was over in New Zealand and he was parading. He was a psycho. He was.
Well, we called him shoulders of justice because I think you'd gone home by this point, but he shouldered one of the strappers into the side of the stable.
The strapper
When he
came out
he was
like
a mess.
Sonny Bill.
Dude, we were having a look at him and he was a bit, and this was before we'd bought him.
Yes.
This was when we were having our last look before we went into the auction. And so then they wheel him back. The guy takes him back into the stable and then you hear a bit of a bang, but you hear that a lot out there. So you're sort of like, whatever. He come out and the strapper's like clutching his shoulder going, oh, he pinned me against the wall. We were like, I like that horse.
He's got a bit of attitude.
Yeah, but he's calm now. Right?
That's what it appears like. He sort of has settled into the environment. It's a very unfamiliar environment at the sales. Like he's probably been through a yearling preparation and been sold as a yearling, but once they leave that, you take them back into it and they're like, what the, like, I've already done this. And so you give them a bit of a concession, but in the end, I thought we bought really well. Like there are a few others we liked that were going for stupid money, like enough for a 1-bedroom apartment in Sydney.
Yeah, seriously.
So he's, I thought we bought really well.
And so I guess to like give some people an insight, because you know there were a few horses that were on our like hit list, and some that, and obviously we didn't get them until we got to Shoulders of Justice here. But I guess to give people some insight, and like the fact we didn't get the previous ones it isn't an indication of the quality of Shoulders here.
No,
it's more just that obviously there was like. I guess, can you speak to that?
Yeah. So we make a short list. The preference of that short list is arguable, and there's no guarantee that the ones we liked before don't become slow horses. I liken it to buying lottery tickets. So if all the horses tick the boxes, it's like getting the Powerball ticket with like 30 different lines on it. If you buy one that you don't really love, it's like getting one line of numbers. So it's not to say that he's going to be the champion, that one's going to be the champion. It's just we put together a list of all the things we like, all the things we don't like. And if you make that list, then we're happy to take any of them home. And you just work your way through. And sometimes you fall on... It's a hard one, right? Like, I remember on the first day, there was a filly that we all liked. And
Our girl.
Yeah.
Our girl, yeah.
Yeah. So, and...
She was flirting with us, to be honest.
She covered us in no.
She was like nibbling at us and shit, and that's sort of what won us over straight away, because we're suckers for I guess attention.
Yeah, and
Jobs.
And I knew at that point we sort of had to wait for that one. Like there were a few horses early on in the day, the first day, that I was like, I'd be happy with them, like take them home. But I was like, we'll wait for that one. But then you sort of get through that one, and then you're like, okay, guys. Everyone's on the same sort of horses. We're all looking for similar traits as selectors. The better judges all go for the better types.
And the richer judges.
And so inevitably they all go for more money. And then we got to later in the day, there were actually 2 horses on the list by the same stallion. And that's when you go into more of the details. So like we did a heart scan, which actually measures the size of their heart. And this guy's heart, this guy had a big heart. And if you think about horses...
Talking about Shoulders here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoulders and the other one didn't quite have as big a heart. So we sort of had to make the decision. We're like, all right, we'll leave that one. We'll go for him. I'm not lying that later on in the sale, I was like, I really hope this goes right. Because, I reckon there was only 20 lots left.
Dude, there was.
No, we were... I think there was...
we were 481.
471.
471?
There'd have been less than 20 lots.
Yeah. And listen, we were
out
worried.
Out of 480.
We were worried for a couple of reasons. Obviously, we want a fucking horse, but also we're like, we don't want to just buy one for the sake of it. And so we were very much prepared to go back without one, but that would have been deflating. And then, where do we go next? Is it Magic Millions? What the fuck do you do?
But in the end, I reckon we had about 12 horses on the final list of 480.
Yeah.
And I'd have been happy with any one of them.
Yes.
And he was certainly on that list. So it's like, there were probably 6 of them that were never going to be affordable. And then there were probably 6 others that so like you really dwindle it
there
down.
or thereabouts.
And we also knew there were ones that we weren't going to be able to afford that we were bidding on anyway because it was a bit of fun, and we wanted to get some bids under our legs, some time on pins. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
time in the bull ring.
I remember. Oh yeah, time in the bull ring. I remember looking at one, and you could just there was a bit of a buzz around about this thing.
Well, the place was packed.
You could just tell it was going to go for huge money. It went for 530 or something like that.
Yeah,
right,
nuts.
okay. Well, you got blown out of the water inside of 2 seconds. So
you've got to remember also, sorry to cut you off, but that the Hong Kong market's really strong. So there's a whole heap of Hong Kong buyers at that sale.
Didn't notice.
No. I was giving that away.
It was like Cairns Airport. But it's like I that makes it really difficult to buy because they have way bigger budgets because their prize money in Hong Kong is through the roof. They get a bone. To put it into context, if they buy a horse from Australia and it goes and wins one race in Hong Kong, they get a $360,000 Australian bonus just on top of the prize money. So, like, they can spend so much more on them because they've got the get out of jail free card. So it makes it harder for us. I remember we were landing on another one. It was that chestnut.
Was it the one that looked like got Lockie Galvin haircut?
No.
Yes.
Galvin?
I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was.
Was it on day 2?
Yeah, it was early on. Really early on.
Yeah, that was it.
The orange one.
Yeah,
that was the second we got there.
The Lockie Galvin one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I liked that horse as well. And I remember being like, I was speaking to the vendor because like there's deals being done all the time. And they're not like sinister deals, but like I was calling up the vendor being like, how much is this horse going to go for? He's like, probably 80 to 100. And I'm like, sweet, we'll take that. And then I was like, so I was fully expecting like you guys to land on 80, maybe someone goes 90, land at 100. And then Kieran Ma from the bloody clouds come from nowhere and just like bids. And problem is you don't know when they're going to stop. So like you always think you're one bid away, but you might have gone 150 and he goes 170. You go 180, might have gone 200.
And we're just sitting there getting, and also I didn't know it was Kieran Ma we were up against until afterwards. I would have shit me pants way sooner.
Well, but all things happen for a reason. It was, I'll admit though, Cam from Muster, he won't admit it, but he was shitting his dacks. We were getting nervous just because about the lateness of the lot. Right?
Listen,
like we had to wait. We had to sit around on day 2 for hours and hours and hours.
Cam wasn't admitting it, but there were signs like him almost like. He was just sort of walking around.
I don't think we didn't like anything in the 300s. So from like late 2s to all the way into the late 4s, we were just sitting around twiddling our thumbs. There was like 4 horses we looked at that were around this 471 mark, right? So it got late in the piece. But what had worked in our favour, punters and dribblers, because if you're buying them early, not buying them late, remember that, is that the crowd had thinned out. Like when we walked out of the hotel over the road to have a couple of Negronis, cool the nerves and waste a bit of time, there were people, Kieran Ma, they were piling into vans and leaving. I'm like, good signs. Good signs. And when we bought our old mate Show as a Justice, there are a lot of people, you know, as you're walking back through the yards, going, good buying. It's good buying.
Good bit of buying that.
It's actually good when you get some good judges telling you to go, I liked that. And I had about 3 or 4 texts afterwards being like, I really liked that. I couldn't believe you got him for 100. So I was like, they're always good signs. Like we bought one from New Zealand last year. Her name's Attractiveness. And I remember 5 judges came up to me and said, I didn't get it vetted, but I really wanted it, but I didn't buy it. And invariably, they're always the good ones. Because if you get 4 or 5 guys and they slip under the radar, it's always the ones people miss, it's the ones that people want.
That end up being the goodies.
Always.
Can you just remind us, but take the people through like some of the key categories that we were evaluating the horses on? Yeah.
So the first thing, I spoke about the breeze. So the breeze is you're looking for action, you're looking for time, you're looking for stride. We also got analysed by a biomechanic. I guess that's how you say it. But
specialist,
anyway.
biomechanical engineer.
Yeah, but he looked at all the stride analysis stuff in the actual breeze. So we got all that back, and then essentially, like from my experience as a horse trainer, if they don't have a stride that's about at maximum stride length is about 7.2 or bigger, they're not elite.
So you want them from the minimum to be 7.2 or more.
And to be fair, his stride analysis is not exactly the same as everyone else, as others, but essentially he was in probably the top 10% of stride length, which was important because if you're going to get that information, use it. Then we go to actually viewing the horse himself. And the first thing you want to know is when they come out that they just look like an athlete. Like, you know what, when you see it doesn't matter if they're rugby league players, doesn't matter if they're runners, like, you know an athlete when they're in front of you.
Mark Nwangani-Tuwase, not comparing him to a horse, of course, but he came on the podcast.
Oh, mate.
And just sitting there, and I was just looking at him going like, this is an athlete.
As soon as they walk in, you're just like,
human being.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We're not trying to find like the 17-year-old dart player. Like we're trying to find
an athlete.
So you want that presence about them, and more to your point, when a very good athlete is in front of you, it's like they have sort of an aura about them, and you want that when you see the horses. So it's a very important part that they strike you when they come out of the box. Then you're looking for, funnily enough, horses with very good looking heads. Actually, is a sign of
Hot cunts.
So you got to be hot.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, fine by me, dude.
Listen, well, when in doubt, go hot. We've always said it.
Always said it when in doubt, go hot.
Yeah,
And he's hot. And
He's hot, dude.
he's
Like,
also
I've shown him to a lot of people. People go, that's a hot horse.
a
I'm like,
little bit of like the love heart.
Yeah.
yeah. You need
On the
good
dome?
mark. We call them markings. So good markings is important. Like we had a horse that won the Golden Slipper called Stay Inside, and he had beautiful little specks of white all over him. So, but to be fair, one of the things that was really pleasing about him is he's built like a middle distance horse. So like if you're putting this in human terms, I would say a middle distance horse is somewhere between 400 to 800 meter runner. But he's running times like a 100 meter runner at the moment. So I think he's only going to get better as he gets older, because he's going to want that little bit extra ground. But if he can keep that sprint in his legs, then, you know, you hope you get the stamina and the sprint. So
To best him late.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
so, because this is where, like, what distance do you think he'll run at, though?
I would think somewhere between 1,400 metres. Oh, probably he'll start at 1,200 metres. He won't start shorter than that. He won't start 1,000 metres. But 12 to 1,600, and like, you never know. You don't really know until you try them. But funny. I employed someone a while ago who used to train James Magnuson.
Friend of the show.
Anyway, he said that one time I think it was the 1,500 metre female athlete, like the Australian champion 1,500 metres, he bet her that he could beat her in a 1,500 metre race. And she was like, no chance. Anyway, he beat her by a lap and a half. Like, athletes James Magnuson very well could have swum at distances. You don't really know until you try it. So
Yeah, okay.
That's so funny. Joking.
Yeah. So, like, if you look, we're looking at him on the screen here, but he's got scope, is what we'd say, which is length. And as I said, you usually find those horses that have that little bit of a bigger stride, they end up wanting a little bit further ground.
But is that good for us?
Yeah.
You sort of, I think we were remarking over there, and this is just information that I'd sort of come across in my travels, that Australian prize money for racing at the moment is well, a lot of the competitive sort of races are sprints, because we rear sprinters. So there's just shitloads of people vying for these 1,200 metre, 1,400 metre races. But there's a lot of old legacy money in these older events that's just always been there.
Totally.
So but the field's thin out. So we actually want him to be going more like a mile.
I envision him running. He probably have a start later, but you're right. Sorry to answer your question first. You're right. As the races get longer, the competition gets weaker.
Yes.
And the prize money stays the same, if not stronger.
Yep.
Like the old saying in racing is race your best company in the worst company. Like, you want to race your best horses in the worst races. Like, that's the idea.
Yeah.
So, but I envision he'll race at the end of his 2-year-old. So he's 2 now. He'll do some education this prep, hopefully get through to trialling, maybe racing. And then he'll probably have a race in the winter next year. And then the most important year for a horse bred in the Southern Hemisphere is its 3-year-old career. So that'll be his big year. That's when he's going to shine, or he's going to not
This
shine.
next year? As in, or is it
So
the year
he'll
after
start
next?
from August next year through to the following August.
Do
So
we
that's
have
his
his
big year.
birthday? When was he born?
15th of October, wasn't it?
Was it 29th, I thought?
No, it's not the 29th. I would have remembered it, because the 29th is like a number that I love.
Do we have that book?
I can look it up.
I think it's here.
Yeah, where's the book? We've got the fucking item. 26th of September.
Oh, that's one day
you
after
go.
my birthday.
There you go. 26th September. Just good to
Meant to
know
be.
when we say it's a day after your birthday.
Yeah.
Good to know when you want to.
They all
celebrate his
turned. They all turned the same age.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like, the birthdays are irrelevant.
Well, but it's relevant for us because we'll be having cakes.
but
for it.
what it is relevant is that they say if a horse is born in November, they're 2 months more developed than the horse that's born in November. So there's usually a preference to buy horses that are born earlier in the season. So from a breeding standpoint, horses have an 11-month gestation and they only foal in spring. So that's when they foal down. So you only have, realistically, because they only start serving mares from the 1st of December, so they can only be born from the 1st of August through till about the end of November. But if you're earlier, that means
Like
you're
September.
a bit more developed, which means that 3-year-old career, because like I'm looking to try and get him ready for the spring in next year. So like
That's
next
when
year.
he's peaking.
That's why I'm hoping he's peaking.
Yes.
Yeah, but he will be. But the plan loosely would to have him trial early
Trial
next
and
year,
Yeah, trial and have a bit of a race.
and then a bit of a race in sort of like early winter.
low pressure, like just experience, learn what it's all about, and then have a short break, and then come back in, and then can you imagine like 2,000 people all going nuts at
I
Randwick?
can. I see it.
I
see it.
actually can see it, and I can see huge W's. That's just what I can see. in my
We've
mind.
been fully mental visualizationing this thing being an absolute.
Now, can you talk to a little bit to, because having come back from the sales, punters and dribblers,
Bloodstock.
pedigree was just getting everyone's tongues wagging. Like, who's he out of? Who's he out of? Who's he out of? Like, that's all anyone could talk about. Can we talk a little bit about the pedigree
Can I have a look
of
at-
my
yeah,
old
I'll
mate's
look at it
shoulders
again.
of
I'll get it up
justice?
for you.
Because I believe he was given an A+ rating.
Yeah, so I don't pledge to be a pedigree guru, right? Like that's not really
It's not your caper.
No, but we employ people to look at it, right?
Yes.
So they look at it. So they call them dams. So the first dam is your grandmother. The second dam is your great-grandmother. The third dam is your great-great-grandmother, so forth. So Cam has a guy
Cam is from Muster.
that looks back 6 generations to
So
see.
damn.
Yeah, so it's not like a snapshot of just looking at the first dam, because the other part, and I was speaking to some very, very well-educated people in racing, and they said, you know what? Most dams only have one very good horse. And this dam hasn't yet, although she's had 6 foals and 4 winners, and some of them have won a lot of races and some of them have been in Hong Kong. So like the half brother, which is Dream Warriors, has won 3 races in Hong Kong and earned, I don't know the conversion, is it 3,173,000 in Hong Kong dollars? I think
Cobra will look that up.
whatever that is.
Go 3 million. What was it? 3,173.
Just go 3 million Hong
3
Kong
million
dollars.
Hong Kong
600,000.
So 600,000. That's a lot of prize money. But it hasn't had that very good horse yet. So I don't love seeing them have it's like lightning can't strike 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
Like maybe it strikes twice, but it doesn't keep striking. So maybe she's just
Just wait. Just save
primed,
for this
ready
one.
for this one. And as I said, we pedigree is what gets you over the line in the last 200 meters. So like a lot of horses that don't have any pedigree and don't rate well, they can run. But like when you get to the last 200 meters and the whips are cracking, pedigree seems to shine through a bit more.
Can I ask you a racing strategy question?
Yeah.
From a gambler?
Yeah.
When you see a horse leading earlier, you're like, fuck.
It's not our style.
Yeah.
You don't win the races at the start of the races is my idea. But from
You know
a
those ones that go out early? You're like, what?
the ones that charge out in front, like I know the beauty of Pride of Jenny, right? Love her. Like it's great. She does that. She just goes out in front. She stays in front. But now every mug thinks that their horse should go and do what. Like, I don't think I can tell you how many of my owners have said, why can't we just race like Pride of Jenny? Like, yeah, why don't we just race like Winx as well? Like,
yeah.
But as I was talking about the breeze, you want them to relax, and often the horses that charge out in front, the reason they do that is because they don't relax. And even at track work at home, they do too much all the time. So they're super fit, but they've lost the sprint in their legs. So they just try and sustain a very high tempo and hope that they make everyone else uncomfortable that they can't sprint. But most races, and I would say 99% of races, are run at suitable speeds where you sprint late. So it's not normally. And remember, they're herd animals. So they're actually most relaxed when they're in the herd. It's not normal for a horse to to go. And like people probably don't know that, when you have a horse that goes 3 or 4 lengths at the 200-meter mark, quite often they start waiting for the herd to
Is
come
that
and get
right?
them.
Oh.
Is that right?
So like everyone thinks they're getting tired. That sometimes they're not getting tired. They can hear it. They're like, oh, I want to go back to the herd.
Oh my God.
So like it's and then sometimes you'll see, and like in races, you've seen a horse gets ahead, starts waiting for another animal, and then the other animal comes up, and then it kicks again, and it can sometimes win. That's because it's got that companionship.
We were on
again.
that, weren't we? That was what happened in. Okay, well, the horse that won the Hello Sport Handicap did a bit of that.
Yes, it did. What was that one called? Love? Something Love?
Tell you what, country horses wait for them fucking harder than city horses as well. Yeah, they're just like I've trained in the country and like loved training in the country. I've raced plenty at Dubbo. We actually talked about,
Yeah, man.
I said we'd do it if it suits, but I hope we don't break our maiden at Dubbo.
Listen. I don't know that we need to. Like, if it becomes a Dubbo
Well,
horse,
I think that's an important thing to talk about here, right? Is that Will and your father Richard are there in Camp Punting and Dribbling, right? Like we're all aware that whilst we want this horse to win, Group 1s, and there's no reason to say it won't, there's also an element of like what's good for the community, right?
It's
a bit of fun.
Like this is, if you want to have Chris Waller is a different experience to us. Like Chris Waller has 500 horses. If you go, Chris, we want to do this. Chris is probably, I'm not speaking for him, but I know this is what he say. You go, I'm doing what I'm doing. Like but like we have a more personalized service and actually want to enjoy the good parts, which is like the main part of it. Like you don't win that many races. Every trainer and every horse probably doesn't win more than 20% of the time. So it's like you got to enjoy the wins when they come. And if that means we have to travel to find that win, well, we'll travel to find that win. But at this stage, I don't think we'll need to travel to find that win.
Good.
But absolutely.
But what we could do is if he does become very good, there's no, like, he sits within the right distance range to maybe go and race in a Dubbo Cup one day.
Okay.
Which is certainly,
But what we're saying is that there's nothing that there's nothing that's off the table here, punters and dribblers. It's not Chris Waller. We're not number 492 with Waller, and it's like, shut up, mate. You'll do what you're told. This is, we get to dictate. All of us get to dictate the hopes and dreams of this boy, yet to be named.
We're calling him Shoulders of Justice just because that's
it's just it's a placeholder. That name might be on the list and you'll be able to vote if you're an owner. But we're all on this journey together.
We work for you guys. That's the reality of it. So
that's what we like.
If we want to go have fun somewhere, we'll go and do it.
Which is exactly what we listen. If in the very unlikely event of him not being a Group 1 champion, we will take him on tour to go and fucking pound country losers. And we're going to go to these events.
Nothing hits quite like a picnic races,
Oh,
dude. You
bro,
know what I mean? We can all get loose as a goose under the hot Australian sun.
Yeah, suit up,
and just have the time of our lives.
Yeah.
Nothing annoys country folk more than city stables going to the country to take their
Well,
prize money, and I'm
there
all
you go.
for it.
That's it. That's what we'll do. But obviously, part of the ownership is a ticket, essentially, to any of these events.
Well, a ticket on the journey.
It's a fun ticket.
It's a fun ticket. Here's a fun ticket on a journey. Again, unless you're rolling in it, there's very few of us will have the opportunity to buy a horse. With this micro syndication, this is an opportunity to get in for fuck all, basically.
Yeah. And don't worry, like we've done a few of these, and Muster's done a few of them as well. You do not want FOMO from this because once those tickets go, they don't come back. There's no exchanging. It's like people pay and it's a one-time payment. So it's like they're in and you're out. Yeah. So like you can live vicariously through them, but
But you won't be wearing your finest whipping this thing home.
No. Someone was saying we should be getting some bloody stories made for him.
Oh, we'll get stories, mate. There's and if he's running out of town and we can't get there, we'll put on piss ups at the pub. Like this thing's gonna be, you'll be well looked after. Put it that way.
I was running. This is not to tell people that I was running, but I was running yesterday in Centennial.
Oh, you ran yesterday.
And
how many k's you do?
5.
Nice.
Slow, about 6:20. Sore, slow, not a big
deal.
Doms, and there was just some people doing like the walking around with the horses, and it's the first horses I'd seen since our boy here, Shoulders. It's the first time I've been around a horse. Before my experience in New Zealand, which was transformative to say the least, I would have just glanced past these horses. I just started slowing down next to these horses, just having a look at all of their particulars, withers, stride length. They were walking, but I was trying to girth. I was getting a look at all of it, but I was like, fuck, I just want to get out to the stables and wrap my arms around him again. I know he's out with your old boy Rich, dear friend.
But when he comes back to Rose Hill, we're gonna do mimosas in an open stable day.
100%. You don't want to be on the other side of the red velvet chain.
No, you don't.
No, you don't want to be on that side.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
That's
No,
where
you
losers
don't.
are.
That's 100% where losers are. So when you get your hands on him, what's the plan?
So, as I said, he comes into it. He's still got a little bit to learn because these ready-to-run horses, they've been hurried to get to where they are. So this prep is actually about taking a bit of that reviness out of him, like where he just wants to go fast all the time.
What's that look like in terms of when you're trying to change the mentality and behaviours of a horse? I guess it's what I find interesting is the degree to which they're capable of learning, because they're a big fucking beast, and you just sort of like don't necessarily think that they have the capability to, like, the way that you yourself and horse trainers will speak about them is like, you know, they're almost like human traits in the way that their emotions and their reactions to things and the way they feel, like the way they operate. If there's, say, like, how long would it take for you to remove a trait from them?
Oh, it's a very gradual process, and it's actually, you learn this over time that it's it's in the detail. So it's very small things. So like a horse will get saddled up, and then you go, okay, now this horse is getting saddled up. It thinks it's about to go fast. So, okay, instead of sending it straight out to the track and going fast, we're going to walk this horse for half an hour with the saddle on. He goes, oh, so when the saddle comes on, I don't have to go fast. You're like, yes. And then you'll be like, and then he'll go, oh, okay, that's better. I'm a bit more relaxed about this. And it's very important. The human and horse relationship is very important, because race horses will probably spend almost as much time with humans as they will with their own species. So they get very much a companionship with their handlers. So it'll be like when his rider is on him, it'll be like, okay, everything's got to go a bit slower. Like, we're going to walk from here to here. We're not going to trot there. We're not going to canter there. We're just going to walk for this long period of time. And you go, oh, this is all right. Like, I don't mind this. This isn't high pressure. I'm actually not under pressure. And then ultimately, you just gradually start exposing them to a little bit more, like this situation. And he goes, oh, yep, I can handle that. That's good. Okay, we've got to that one. So then we expose it to, say, going to the barriers. And you go the first day at the barriers, they don't jump out of the barriers like they do in a race. That's not natural for them. We teach them how to do that. Okay, so the first time he just stands in the barriers and then you just
get that out.
And then he walks out. And he's like,
train that out of him.
Yeah. But he stands in there and just, because the horses that jump the quickest are the horses that stand the quietest in the barriers. All the one, like, you'd think that if you like have them all revved up, when the barriers open, they'll explode out of the barriers. But actually what they do is they might rear as the barriers open and then they're on the back foot. But the ones that stand there with the barriers right in front of them jump quick. So you go to the barriers, you might stand there and then walk out the first time. Then give them a week, and then the next week go again and be like, okay, this time we're going to trot out of them. Then the next week they'll canter. It's like, everything is a very gradual process, which is why it takes, usually when you buy them as a yearling, it's probably 12 months of education to get them to the point where they're ready to trial. He's done a fair bit of that already, but it'll be the finer details that we would, and the polish that we put on to make sure that he enjoys racing. The one thing you don't want is a horse that resents it.
Yeah, right.
You got to love it.
No, you got to love it.
You got to love it. You got to love everything you do.
You got to want to be about it.
I like
as
that
well.
we're putting boot polish on our boy, though. You know, shining him up nice and bright.
Oh, yeah. Mate, I'm loving it.
Do you feel very much a part of the horse racing? Like you were...
Did you see what we bid in, dude? You tell us we weren't a part of the community, mate.
Without pissing in your pocket, like there's not many that get a personal attack from Steve Davis, the auctioneer. Like, and he picked you out from a fucking long way.
Yeah.
He was like, look at these two guys in NZB merch with a camera crew around. He's like, you're mine.
Yeah.
And you've got no... And he knows you've got no right of response.
No, we're sitting there.
And he also knows we've got no coin, so he's...
Yeah.
What did
only
he say?
$250,000 short, boys.
only $250,000
Yeah.
short.
You asked for some advice, and he's like, "Just hold your finger up, and I'll let you know when you've bought it."
Yeah.
He goes, "You can't go wrong if you just leave your hand up." And I promise I won't run you boys up. I'm like, "Sure you won't."
And then we were like,
Kiwi's not running you.
we were like, well,
you
got
run
any
off commission, don't you,
advice?
mate?
You got any advice? It was like, you know, was it the merch? Was it were we wearing too much merch? He goes, no, I think it was your camera guy. Actually, that gave you away.
Yeah.
You got a fucking camera following you. Right?
Yeah. That's a great point.
The best was watching you guys remotely. Like I could, because I had to go back to Sydney after day one, and watching it on their live stream, like I could see the anxiety. Like,
oh yeah,
this wasn't the one you bought, because I was pretty confident you'd buy that one. So I knew, I was like,
are you talking about the morning one when we were rushed as all get out?
That was why I was anxious as well. As we were like that Galvin one, we were like, we like it, but we don't. I didn't love it. It was like there was something that didn't feel. It felt rushed. That was more what it was. We didn't love it. It was just that it felt rushed. And so the vibe was off, and that's all we brought to the table in terms of evaluation was vibe. And we didn't really, I didn't connect with Galvin at all pre-purchase. No. Whereas Shoulders here, I fully connected with that bastard. Like, he was neighing all over me and, you know, giving us hugs and kisses.
Yeah, he was.
That's also the thing that I think was different. Well, definitely was different, was that, like, everyone out there was basically a rich person or someone on behalf of.
Yeah.
And all they do when they're looking at him, you look at anyone like parading a horse around, one more spin for us, please.
There's no hugs and kisses.
No, but they were just looking at him as commodities. Whereas me and Eddie were just like, well, we need to get in there and give this thing some cuddles and kisses and see how
it's a pet.
How this is a pet, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is. I think about this thing. I'm like, I just want to get back there and just like give him cuddles. When you're like the companionship between the horse and its rider, I'm like, it gets me choked up thinking about him just being like, I need some like tender love and attention from a human.
It's a bit like a kid, right? Like in terms of you're
but
actually
way cooler
and bigger
and faster.
But
you're actually watching. You'll see over the next. This is the exciting part, right? This is the journey part. Over the next 12 months. There'll be updates. When they're in work, it's weekly. When they're not in work, it's less frequent. But when they're in work weekly, you'll see physically and intellectually how this horse changes over 12 months, even before you get to the race, or 6 months before you get to the races. And then you'll see it race the first time and you'll be like, it has no idea what it's doing. Like, it's like, they go to the races and they're like, oh, this is new. And then they go to the first race and they're like, holy fuck, what was that? And their minds are blown. And it's like, good horses are like, that was fun. Lesser horses sometimes are like, it was too overwhelming, which is why there's a timing element to it. You need to make sure that they're in a position where that first race is enjoyable for them. If it's rushed, like you said, if anything's rushed, just doesn't work. So, but you'll see the development of this horse from an immature 2-year-old to when he's hopefully running in very good races as a 5-year-old, and you'll be like, you'll go back and look at the videos and be like, look at him there, and now look at this athlete.
And we'll be so proud of.
We're so proud. Well, it's a graduation, mate. And you put this kid through school, and then you get graduate, go on, find a horse, settle down. You can't have any kids. So.
No, you can't.
But maybe you'll have a bronze statue of him out the front of
could you imagine at Rose Hill? To the greatest horse.
If you win a Group 1, I'll put a bronze statue of him outside the front of my...
Deal?
Deal? And I'll pay for the bronze statue.
Deal. All right.
Okay,
if we win a Group 1,
Yeah.
fuck yes, dude. Fucking oath.
It'll be... Keep this in mind.
Life
Chris
size?
Chris Waller has Winks out the front of his, and we'll have Darren.
Yeah. And is this life-size bronze statue, or what are we talking about here?
Yes. Yes.
They're not cheap, dude.
Don't be cheap on us, dude.
Don't be cheap.
Don't be cheap.
If we can get it for under $5,000 for the life.
Mate, we were trying to get one for Steve Menzies outside Brookie. It's going to cost like 120 grand.
Let's just go. Let's go not life size.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, let's say if it wins
As big as the Winks one that is already there.
Okay.
If not slightly bigger.
Bigger.
Okay.
Slightly bigger.
I'll give you bigger than the
Winks
one. Yeah.
Bigger than the Winks one.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fine.
No, that's all we need.
Or do you want? And you can have like the little gnome with your colours on it, or the colours that he races in.
Do we get to choose those colours?
Yes, we do.
Fucking oath, dude.
Yes, we do.
That's great.
Naming's important though. Remember with naming, names don't make the horse. Horse will make the names. But don't call it something too stupid.
Don't call it farts.
They don't race well. You've never seen a champion that his name is
Farts.
Sir
farts a lot.
Yeah. No, he won't be called Farts.
No.
Lord of Fart Quiet.
So, like, again, we've got some names in mind.
Yeah.
There's a couple that we like. We'll put them to the people. The people will vote. What do you think of Shoulders of Justice? Just is that too much name?
That's fine.
What about, and we'll beat these out.
I prefer one word names myself, and I actually like places as like locations as. I quite like locations as names, but there's no rules.
Dubbo. No, I'll be putting my hand out.
But
what is another one we like is.
It's nice. They're both good.
What about?
For the first two.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about?
I don't hate that either.
Can't give away the.
No, we can't give them away. Just make sure you beep them all.
I like that.
Yeah,
See,
so
there's good names out there. I think the top three so far are.
Shoulders of Justice.
They're good.
I like them. They're all good. I'd be happy with all of them.
Could you put a question mark in a name?
No.
We've talked about it.
We asked that.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
I don't even think you can put. I don't think you can put capitals. I think it's all got to be like capital first, like.
It's all
personal
capitals,
name.
isn't it? Is it all caps?
I think it's like first letters capital, then the rest aren't.
Right. So you can have the first letter being capital. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I thought you were saying you
But
can't
I just
capital
mean like
as well.
you don't get to dictate that, is what I mean.
Yeah,
like
okay.
It's whatever they've decided it is.
So December 4th. Thursday, December 4th, 6 p.m. Location of the sale will be released. We'll put something on
Well,
Hellosport.
listen, we'll get more information next week.
Hang on. There'll be a link on hellosport.shop. There'll be more information next week in terms of what
you
a
get.
share will cost you.
And what you get for a share. But broadly speaking, a share is going to get you, it's a one-off pay, it's a one-off fee. And
Training fees covered.
Fees covered.
Entry fees covered. Rips covered. Mimosas at open stable days are covered.
You get to, any time this thing's racing and we've got an event, you get him for free.
It's proper FOMO, right? If there's no guarantee the next one that is done, if you miss this one, will be as good as the first one.
No.
There's no guarantee. This one might be the champion. If you miss out, it's over. Like
It's done.
The FOMO is how my whole business is based on FOMO because that's why people own racehorses. Like your mate gets in one and then you're like, oh, I don't want to miss out in case it's good.
Yeah.
We had a horse called Forbidden Love, and there are a couple of owners that pretty much go in everything we buy. Like we're like, do you want to come in? They're like, yeah. This was the one horse that they didn't go in. And they said, and it was like, they're wealthy dudes, but it wasn't overly expensive for their taste. And I hear they've had champions, and I hear less about the champions and more about the one they missed.
The one that got away.
So
and
don't
what
let
did
it get
Forbidden
away.
Love do?
She won 3 Group 1s and sold for 4.1 million.
Okay.
And they were offered it at a lunch for like dirt bottom price because somebody hadn't paid, and they said that there has been no greater pain in their racing. And they've owned a shit ton of slow horses as well. And they're like, I'd take 30 slow horses to not have that moment.
Really?
Wow.
if that's saying-
my God.
When they come on sale, I know for a fact when these things have happened with Muster before, they fly. Like they can't keep up with the the service struggles to keep up with the demand. So
All right, we'll be
to
ready,
rumble.
punters and dribblers, at
Be
4th
ready.
of December. Quickly, when is Shoulders yet to be named back in Rosehill? Did we ask that?
I reckon if he's getting sold on the 4th of December, he's probably going to be there probably 2nd or 3rd week of December.
Okay.
So we might be able to do something before Christmas.
And
Listen,
if not, we will do something
something
late
next
Jan.
year.
Yeah, late Jan. He'd
Yeah,
still
yeah.
be in work then. Like,
Mate.
he'd be in work for a couple of months.
Late Jan, I think it probably makes more sense anyway, so that's all right.
Busy time of year for the punter.
Busy time of year. Thank you very much for coming in, Will.
I appreciate
Much
it.
appreciated.
Good on you, brother.
Is there like, do you guys have like if people want to buy a horse with you? I don't
Yeah,
know,
there's always horses for sale, but freedmantraining.com.au. Just
You got an
our
Instagram
numbers
page?
are there. Pardon?
Got an Instagram page yet, mate?
Yeah, Freedman Training.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. Beautiful. Thanks, mate.
Thanks,
Cheers.
bro. Legend.
Appreciate it.
Could you two just not talk anymore?